Hello, intermediate algebra students. Last week we were working a lot on solving equations, and last week when we were solving equations we always had a variable on one side of the equal sign. Usually the variable was on the left side of the equal sign. But as you can see in this example, we have an x on the left side over here, and we have a 5x on the right side over here. So we haven't talked about that yet this year, so we're going to go ahead and get a little introduction to that today. I always like to start solving my equations by drawing a line at the equal sign to divide the equation into two halves, a left side and a right side. And that's super important, especially when you have variables on the left and the right. Last week when we were solving equations, we were able to combine like terms whenever we had x's on the left side, right? We were able to combine those like terms because both of those variables were on the left side of the equation. Today though, we have a 1x over here on the left and a 5x over here on the right. And since they're on different sides of the equation, we cannot combine them. So we cannot do 1x plus 5x and call it 6x because they're on different sides of the equation. So instead what we have to do is try to get all of our variables on one side or the other. It doesn't really matter which side we choose to get them on. I'm going to go ahead and try to get my x's on the left because that's the way we're used to seeing it. So in order to do that, I want to get rid of this 5x over here because I want to try to get all my x's on the left. To get rid of it, I'm going to subtract it. So minus 5x, and remember, whatever you do to one side of an equation, you have to do to the other. So minus 5x. Okay? So now, if we have a positive 5x and a negative 5x, that just equals 0, or it cancels out, so these are gone. We still have our 10. And then now here we have a 1x, because there's like an invisible 1 here. 1x minus 5x. If I do 1 minus 5, that's going to be negative 4. So we're going to have minus 4x. And then we still have our equal sign. Don't forget to put that equal sign. And then here we have negative 6. Negative 6. Now these are just like the equations we were solving last week. Easy peasy from here, right? We're going to try to get this x by itself. I'm going to get rid of the 10 first. In order to get rid of the 10, I'm going to subtract it. So minus 10 on both sides. These 10s cancel out. They equal 0, so they're gone. Here we have negative 4x left on the left side. Don't forget about that negative. It's still here, so we can't just make it disappear. And then we have negative 6 minus 10, which would be negative 16. Okay, just one step left. We have to get rid of this negative 4. And the negative 4 and the x are squished together, which means multiplication. So I'm going to use the inverse operation, which would be division. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 4. Divide both sides by negative 4. These negative 4's cancel out because they equal 1, so it's like saying 1x. So I'll just put x here. We still have our equal sign, and then negative 16 divided by negative 4 equals positive 4. And then there's our answer. There's our solution. Alright? Hopefully that's coming back to you from last year. We'll keep practicing more of these on our Google Meets, so make sure you're showing up to the Google Meets. And hopefully this video helped you.